guys, so today's been good, but up until I'm trying to think, about 4:30ish, it was relatively uneventful. Actually, it was very uneventful. So I pretty much slept until like noonish, just because I didn't go to bed until pretty late last night, just like I'm not doing tonight. If you know me at all, you know, like, I tend to stay up like half the night just because I don't get tired. I really don't ever need that much sleep. Actually, it seems like yesterday, I got like 9.5 hours of sleep that night, and I was exhausted during the day. But, like, last night, I think I got like 5 hours of sleep, and I was perfectly fine, like, all day, and it's like 2 something in the morning here, so, yeah. Anyway, so like I said, today was pretty uneventful. Mom took my car to work this morning because if you didn't see my vlog last night, her car actually died twice on the way home from our swim meet, which sucked. But thankfully, like, this really nice guy, stopped, and whose name was Paul, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that last night, but his name was Paul. He stopped, he helped us with our car, he got our car started again, or he got Mom's car started again. I say ours because I was in it with her. But, then we were able to drive home. As soon as we got home, right as we pulled in the driveway, before we were even in the garage, it dies again. But it's still movable, so we just glided it down into the garage, and it was fine. She took my car. When she got back today, she said, "I never want to drive your car again," because it's the first time she's ever driven it in the 10 months that in like the 8.5 months I've had the car. She's never driven it before. She's always been a passenger, and she said she never wants to have to drive it again, just because my car is very different from hers in that my car sits much lower. Like, when I'm transitioning, like, to go from my car to her car, say I get home, we're going to the store, we take her car, I feel like I, like, don't need to crouch at all, because her sits higher. I mean, she has a 2002 Ford Focus, and I have a 2000 Pontiac Sunfire, so obviously different age, different models, etc. Ironically enough, my car has like 100-something thousand less miles than hers. Mine has like 66,650-ish, something in there. Hers, on the other hand, is like 100, I'm trying to think, like 120 something, 180 something, I don't know, over 100,000. I think it's closer to 200,000 at this point, even though mine's 2 years younger, and that's because the guy that owned it before me, I learned that he only really ever drove it with his wife when they were going out on the weekends or stuff like that. So, yeah. For once you can see my inner paleness, or at least I can see my inner paleness, just depending upon how the lights are going to like me. Yeah. I don't know. It was showing it really well a minute ago. Anyway, so Mom gets home, I'm texting Paul saying, "Hey, when does Napa close?" Because he works there, so, he says it closes at 7, did you guys need something? Well, Mom's car is getting towed there, so they can work on it. Okay, you guys should have told me because he works there, he said, "Yeah, you guys should have told me. I could have diagnosed and said it was a bad battery. I could even replace it. Do the same with an alternator." And I said, "Well, Mom just got her alternator replaced, was it 2 days ago? And yesterday when the car broke down, the engine light came on twice, or the check battery engine light thing. It's a check engine light, but it's for the battery. Came on twice, so she was pretty sure it was a bad battery, and after it had been towed, by the way, the guy took like an hour and some minutes getting here because he was all the way, like, in Maryville or something, so he was like really far away, and I don't know what my light is doing right now. I promise I didn't actually touch the screen to adjust it. It's just being funky. But whatever. I'm not gonna complain. Maybe it's my hair in my face. I don't know. My breakout. This is actually from Body Wash. I don't like it. It's the I know I'm getting like way off track right now, but this is what happens if I use Herbal Essences Hello Hydration Body Wash. It's the blue body wash. It smells like coconut, and it didn't start at first. Like when I first started using it, it actually didn't start until about 6 months after I'd been using it, but it sucks because it always makes me break out now. Thankfully, I don't use it anymore. I just used the last of it a couple days ago, and but anyway, the tow truck took like an hour and a half to get there, get here, but he got my mom's car towed really quickly. It was pretty cool, because he said, have you guys started to start it yet? Or start it? No, we don't think it will. Okay, let me try. Mom gives him the keys, he gets it started. He backs that thing up so fast. And it was really, I think anyway, it was really unique how he did it, because rather than it going up onto a trailer and into the back of his truck or anything, no. It, how it happened is his tow truck, how it tows, has like a crucifix type, I don't know what to call it, jack, I guess, and you lower it to the ground, and the front part of it goes right in front of the tires, and then the back part of it spreads, because apparently where it would cross it, there's two parts. The back part of it spreads, goes on the back, and it just lifts it up, and it's pretty cool to see. At least I thought it was, just because, I've never seen it like that. I've always seen it where, you have to drive it up the little trailer to get up on the back of the truck, so, yeah. Anyway, they went to Napa. I soon followed behind. I actually got there maybe 5 minutes after they did, even though I left like 10 minutes later. Go figure. So, yeah, Mom got her battery replaced twice. When they first took it out, it looked super corroded, because it had corroded. Actually, Mom was at some car place a couple weeks ago, and they said, your battery's corroded, you need to get it replaced. She said, okay, I'll get it replaced soon. And then when she got her alternator replaced, the guy said, oh, your battery's fine, you don't need to get it replaced. And I'm thinking, I'd go with your gut feeling and say you do, because it's never been replaced. And then they did replace it today. It was like $108 or $118 after tax, which isn't bad, because some batteries obviously can be super expensive, while others can be much cheaper. Anyway, so she got it replaced, and then her car wouldn't start, and they looked at the charge, and it had absolutely no charge on it. So they replaced it again, for free this time, because, she literally couldn't even get it off the lot. She couldn't even start it. So they replaced it, but they checked the charge beforehand. It was completely charged. She gets it started, the check engine light comes on, but they say, it'll be okay. It's not an actual problem. We go to Mom's store. She actually ends up talking to this guy who's also getting meat, literally right next to her, in the deli, and he says, you just got a new alternator, you just got a new battery. It's more than likely just them adjusting to each other, because I don't know why, but sometimes an engine will do that, I guess. Speaking of going to Mom's store, I saw Hunter there. It was very weird to see him, just because I haven't seen him in like a year, maybe a little more. So, I don't know, just to see him again. I didn't even recognize him at first. I thought he was someone completely different. But, yeah. It was, definitely an experience. And then, after we do all of our grocery shopping, I take the groceries in my car. Mom takes hers. I'm right behind her in case something happens. nothing happened, and for once she actually drove like a normal person. And I say that because my mom tends to drive really slow, so, or at least what I think is really slow, and what most of my friends think are really slow, and my grandmother, and most normal drivers, it seems like she goes like 10 under the speed limit, but she was actually going 50 to 55, which is normally what I go, which is the speed limit. The speed limit's actually 50, but, like, if I'm in a hurry, I'll go, like, 55, which is just 5 over, which is legal, so, yeah. Got home, ate. I had my first ever BLT tonight. It was actually really good. And yes, I do mean my first ever. I've never had a BLT before. A bacon, lettuce, tomato. If you didn't know what a BLT was, I'm pretty sure most people do. It's kind of a staple in most people's lives, so I think. Most people I know anyway. But, yeah. Since then, we've kind of just been hanging out, watching TV. I have the TV on in the living room with SpongeBob on, which is, I haven't watched that in, like, 3 years, so, it's kind of weird just to see it again, because it has been so long. But, yeah. Oh, and tomorrow, I'm so excited for tomorrow, oh my god. Since I have my car back, thankfully, because Mom won't drive it again, I'm kind of glad she won't, just because my mom does smoke, and she was smoking in my car earlier, and that's my one rule. You can do anything you want in my car, but don't smoke in it. And guess what she does? She smokes in it. Although, at her work, you're not allowed to smoke. If you work there, you're not allowed to smoke, outside of your car. Not if you're on duty, that is. If you're off duty, you can smoke right out, like 10 feet in front of the store if you want to, but, yeah. Anyway, so I'm super excited for tomorrow. Emma, Megan, and I are going to PrideFest, and I'm super excited because, I've wanted to go to PrideFest for forever, literally since, like, probably 5th grade, and I've never gotten a chance to, and I'm very excited to because Emma's driving, we're carpooling. I'm gonna meet her at her house, and then we're gonna go pick up Megan, and, yeah. And although it starts at 11 and goes till 8-ish, I think, Emma doesn't get off work until, like, 3, so 3 or 3:30, so I'm literally meeting her right after she gets off work, so we'll probably get to her house at about the same time. Give her time to change, get into some more comfortable clothing, get ready for PrideFest, go pick up Megan, and go. I have to get actually I know where it is, but I need to get an exact address so I can map it in the car tomorrow. But, yeah. I'm so excited. Anyway, I guess I will just talk to you guys later. See ya.